Are you suffering from hairline deficiencies? If so, you might want to click off of this video. We are quickly approaching my least favorite time of the year. 27 of the 30 NBA teams are now in the offseason, soon to be 28. And we are already witnessing the part that I hate the most, which is players posting themselves working out or doing something in a gym, and everybody freaks the fuck out as if it's the first time a professional athlete has ever done professional athlete things. Take, for example, Luka Doncic, 4-time All-NBA first-team player in his first 5 years. That's absolutely crazy to say. Hey, man, Jokic is doing his thing, but you're out of your mind if you don't think I'm pushing Luka best player in the world narratives by December of next year. Anyways, a video surfaced of him running up some stairs, I'm assuming in Slovenia, getting some training on. I love to see it. We love to see it. But I straight up could not believe the response that this got. It was like Kevin O'Connor was like, is this now the time that Luka Doncic takes over the NBA? And I'm like, am I the only one a little embarrassed for Luka? Like, this is just a professional athlete doing professional athlete things. I kind of get it if it's like a guy in the gym doing something we haven't seen him done on the basketball floor yet. But a guy running up some stairs, a professional athlete who's making $250 million on his current contract, this is a little embarrassing to, like, is the bar that low for Luka? Really? I've actually done a good job avoiding this over recent years. And I always try to tell people, please be careful what you see in the offseason when it comes to players working out and doing certain things, okay? Because it feels like now we have like a holy trinity of offseason workout videos. Luka doing anything active always gets talked about, always gets hyped up. I remember last year was him pushing a sled in some gym somewhere, and everyone was freaking out about that. Ben Simmons shooting threes. We all know how that went. Andre Drummond shooting threes. That one always popped up on the timeline every summer. And then you had Mitchell Robinson dribbling between his legs or whatever. I remember when that one came out, and everyone was like, whoa, is Mitchell Robinson going to run the offense next year? It's like, what are you talking about? Every year, some of these videos surface, and everybody always loses their mind, and I get it. We're bored. We have nothing else to talk about. Trust me, I get it. I spend so much time on Twitter talking about shit that literally does not matter to my life whatsoever. The moment that I exit the Twitter app, I forget about it. And I know the reputation Luka has. He doesn't work out. He doesn't train. It's a good sign he's training. Man, he works out. He trains, okay? Like, we don't need to treat him like a toddler and congratulate him for running up some stairs. Like, he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. And if he comes into the season in shape and stays in peak physical condition for the entirety of the season, I'll be very, very happy, okay? And while people are always super critical of Luka's conditioning, it's never been the main thing for me. I have been critical of Luka at times as a Mavericks fan, but for me, it's always been about one thing, and there's one thing that he can do to really take that next step forward and become the all-time great level player that we all think he can be. It's up here. His hair. That's right. On top of this training video surfacing, there was also pictures of him surfacing with fans, and that hairline, it's receding quickly. But this should only be seen as a good thing. Think about all of the all-time greats throughout the history of the NBA. Who do you think of? Michael Jordan, bald. Kobe Bryant, bald. LeBron James, balding. Not balding, not balding. It changes every other day. Shaquille O'Neal, bald. Kevin Garnett, bald. Cody Zeller, balding. Manu Ginobili, gigantic bald spot. Kevin Durant. Larry Bird, fake hairpiece. Look it up. Bald. The next step for Luka is shaving it all off. It's embracing the baldness, the shiny head. It's what really separates the boys from the men on the basketball court. If you want to be an all-time great, you got to sacrifice. So when Luka Doncic enters next season looking like an even more evil Jason Kidd, the Mavericks are contenders. They're dangerous. I would not want to see them. In all seriousness, though, I do hate how much is made of Luka's weight. Like the Luka Weight Watcher program that happens in the offseason all over Twitter. It really kind of is just, I don't know, pointless to me, lame to me. I get it. I understand it. I've been critical of him, and it's obvious that he gets gassed sometimes in the fourth quarter, right? That could be said. The same could be said for a bunch of players, especially guys who have the workload that Luka has. I think his conditioning is maybe a little overlooked, just considering how much of a workload he has. For me, though, it is his next big step is the mental aspect of the game, right? It's leadership. It's going 100% every time you're on the floor. And I guess conditioning does have to go with that, but more so than that, it's not complaining as much, not taking yourself out of plays, not taking yourself out of games because you're so frustrated in how the game's being officiated or how you're playing or how teammates are playing. That is the next step for Luka, and I definitely think he can make it, right? This was such an embarrassing end of the season for the Mavericks that this could be what moves him forward. This could be the turning point for him. I've always said that I kind of thought it would take a stinker in the playoffs and the Mavericks getting eliminated and it really kind of being Luka's fault. Because up until this point in his career, right, they lose in the first round, his second year and third year, but you look at the series and he was incredible. The Mavericks were going up against Clippers teams they really had no business beating, and Luka was amazing in those series. And the narrative after those series was, wow, like get Luka some help. This is a generational player who is wasting away in Dallas. And then they go on a Western Conference Finals run, losing the conference finals to the champion. Everyone's like, wow, what a great run by the Mavericks. Like there hasn't been a moment where people are like, all right, it's time to put Luka in the spotlight. Like what's he going to do? How is he going to bounce back from this? And maybe this could be it. Maybe this embarrassing season could be that turning point. I'm interested to see because again, right? Weight, conditioning, yes, that all matters. Bald, that's what matters more than anything, in my opinion. But once he takes that next step as a leader, the mentality, that's when everything changes. That's when everything changes. That's when he's going to reach that peak level that we all know that he can reach. He's already been an amazing talent. He's been a top 5 player in the league the last 4 seasons, 4 of the 5 years he's been in the NBA. They have voted him a top 5 player in the league. I'm excited to see what next season has for Luka Doncic. I'm not going to be spending the entire offseason scouring the internet looking for pictures and videos of Luka Doncic working out. I've already done that. I did that last year. I got hype with the Slay video. I did. That moved me. I used to get hype. Like Kristaps Porzingis always used to post videos and pictures of him working out, and he'd be curling dumbbells, and I'd be like, oh shit, this is the year for Kristaps Porzingis, and then he'd get hurt 10 games into the fucking season. I've been down this road. I get it. I'm not doing it again, and you shouldn't either. Don't get fooled by these videos, man. Mitchell Robinson dribbling in a gym against 4th graders does not move me at all, okay? I could do that. Once opening night comes around and Luka Luther is getting introduced and walking through the lineup lines, getting hype before the game, it's going to be a magical sight, and I cannot wait. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. On the road to 10,000, baby. Only 1,000 away.